Kalvin, welcome to Manchester City. You're not stopped smiling since you got here. You must be feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, obviously it's a good feeling. Finally got everything sorted, and I'm officially a Manchester City player, which I'm very happy about.
And does this feel like the right move for you at this stage of your career?
Yeah, definitely. I think over the past few years at Leeds, I've done really well. Obviously got into the England squad as well and done really well there, and very appreciative of what I've done at Leeds and everyone I've been around, and just wanted to test myself on the next step again with players with unbelievable work ethic and an unbelievable manager as well. So.
And you played City 3 times, I think, and you've done pretty well. I think you've only got beat once. What did you learn in those games?
It's hard to keep the ball against the City team. It's hard to get the ball off them, and the quality of the players that they've got, the way that they play, and the way that they pass the ball around is it's an unbelievable style of play. It's something that I've always been attracted to.
And you've been quoted as saying, like, when you played City once, you didn't get a shirt because you were mesmerised by Pep giving you a handshake and saying well done. Do you remember anything about that?
Yeah, it was at Ellen Road, a wet night at Ellen Road. We just drew 1-1 against City. It was a big game, and it was probably, I think it was the first game against City that I'd played. Went round shaking everybody's hands, not really saying much to them because I was too speechless to say anything because they were all big stars, and then Pep came over after the game as well and shook my hand, and I was just like, cheers, thank you, and just smiling. But yeah, it was an amazing moment, and I'm here now and being managed by Pep's, it's one of the things that I've always wanted to be, always aimed for.
Obviously we think a lot of him as our manager. He was a deep line midfielder as well. Are you looking forward to maybe learning some new stuff from him?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm going to learn a lot from not just Pep but the whole team, and even other players that are playing in my position. That's one of the main things why I joined here was to be coached by Pep and to have the influence with all the stars in the team, and just integrate with them well, and learn a lot of new things and excel my game even more than what it has done in the last 4 years.
And you played under Bielsa, of course, and that's who somebody Pep always says was one of his main inspirations. What did you learn from Bielsa? What sort of manager was he?
He was also another world-class manager, very stubborn in his ways and only played one way, but it suited the team that we had, and it suited me, and he excelled my game beyond what I thought I could play, and I'm very grateful for him coaching me.
Did he ever mention Pep to you? Did he ever talk about Pep before the games against City?
He mentioned a few things. I can't really quite remember some of the things that he mentioned, but he just mentioned that Pep's teams are some of the best teams in the world, and they've got great players, and they're a great team coached by a great manager as well. So he always went on about how good the City teams were. And
when you played City, did you feel that Leeds' style was the same, similar sort of pattern to the way we played?
Yeah, in a way. I think the way that City play is very high tempo, and they keep the ball very well. Score a lot of goals, and when we first came into the Premier League and we played against them, we started really well. We scored quite a few goals as well, and obviously you all know that when Bielsa was in charge at Leeds, it was very high tempo and end to end, so there's going to be goals going in both ends.
Obviously you Leeds through and through as a kid. It means so much to your family, and you know everything about their history. Are you looking forward to sort of learning about City's history and what makes this club tick?
Yeah, definitely. I think throughout my childhood I've always been a Leeds fan, and I've always loved Leeds. It's all I've ever known, so to come here is a big decision for me. It's a decision that took a lot of thinking about, and it was just more the fact that I wanted to experience something different, and like you said, learn how different teams work and how the fan base works as well.
And what role do you see yourself playing within this team of players that play in everyone's position all the time, and almost like the Ajax way? You're looking forward to adding new sort of strengths to your game?
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I said, it's one of the main reasons why I wanted to come to City, to improve my game in, loads of different ways. And it's hard for me to say right now how I'm going to play a role in the team, but because it's very difficult to come into a team with 18 superstars in. So I'm looking forward to just getting to know the boys and get my feet firmly on the ground, and then work from there.
And you played on one of the biggest stages for England. How much do you think that'll help you with some big Champions League games and potential Premier League deciders?
Obviously I did play in the Euro final, and to be honest, the nerves didn't really hit me when I was playing it. It was more, after that, how big the game was, and I deal very well with situations like that. So I think, I'm pretty suited to playing big games, and obviously I've not experienced many of them, but hopefully this season I will do.
And obviously there's a big Yorkshire connection here as well with John Stones, Kyle and Erling, of course, born in Leeds. Have they had a chance to speak to you about coming here and how short the distance is between the two cities? It's only over the Pennines, isn't it?
Yeah, they have. I spoke to them, last England camp when, there was quite a lot of rumours going around, and the lads were just saying that, you need to come to City. It's, one of the best teams in the world. Got great manager and great people around the club, and just the way that the club runs is, totally different to, other clubs. I was very intrigued, obviously, when they was telling me about it, and, eventually it happened. So, I'm looking forward to getting into the training ground and meeting the boys and, training as well.
And your family is with you today. Obviously a very big family man, and you've got a lot of strong women in your life. Obviously your gran isn't with us, which is really sad, because she looked like an amazing character from the bits we were lucky enough to see. But your mum and your sister, and obviously you lost your triplet sister very young, didn't you? What role have they played in your life, and how much inspiration do you take from them?
Everything I do is for them, really. It's been, obviously the last couple of years without my gran's been difficult, it's been different. But like I said, the women in my life are, why I want to do so well in football, why I want to test myself against, the best team and against the best players to, make a name for myself and make them proud. So yeah, I'd probably say the reason, that I'm here today is because of the women in my life.
I got to ask you, what would Granny Val have made of today? What would she be saying to you?
She'd be happy. I don't know, it's hard to say really, but yeah, she'd be very happy, and she's always, from day one, she's always been telling me to follow my dreams, and that's the reason why I've come to this club, because I had a dream that I wanted to play for one of the best teams in the world, and for one of the best managers as well. So yeah, she'd be very happy.
And I don't know if it's true, will you still be playing When the Going Gets Tough before games? Is that true, that that's a song that reminds you of her?
Yeah, it's a song that I play before every game, so whenever I'm on the way to a game or on the coach or in the car, I always play that game just to remind me of her, and it inspires me to go out and not worry about anything and try and play my best.
And of City's style, how would you describe it as a player from another team before and now as a member of the team? If you had to describe the style we have, is there a description for it, or is it something new that's sort of come along in the last couple of years?
It's very hard to describe it, to be fair. I think, because I've not been here, I've only seen it from the outside. I just know that, like I said, they're an amazing team, and the way that they play is, different to anyone, in our league. So it's a very intriguing way of playing, and a lot of players, don't get the opportunity to be involved in teams like this, and luckily I have. So, like I said, I'm just looking forward to getting out there and training and working on new things.
And when did you first learn of City's interest? When were you first made aware that the club wanted to bring you here?
I've seen a lot of rumours, to be fair, but you don't really believe half the things you read. So it was just, I think it came around it wasn't too long ago. It was like 2-3 months ago. Got a call, or got a message from Cheeky saying that he wanted to speak to me, and answered the phone, and ever since then it just evolved from there. And I think that was the point where I knew that the possibility of coming to Man City was an option, and obviously being on holiday and finding out that Leeds have accepted a bid from City was a bittersweet feeling, because obviously Leeds is my hometown club. It's a club that I've supported throughout my whole life, so it was bittersweet, but in a way it was, not a relief, but it was a nice feeling that, a team like Manchester City wanted me at their club.
Yeah, it's probably an unfair question, but is there a City player that you've admired from afar, or is there one you're particularly looking forward to, or is it just spoilt for choice?
Yeah, you could say he's spoilt for choice, to be fair. There's some amazing players. Kevin De Bruyne's, when I played against him, I've had to mark him in a few games, so he's one of the players that I can't wait to play with. So yeah, I'll probably say Kev.
And it's been a really exciting summer for City fans. Obviously Erling's coming, one of the best, if not the best, young striker in the world. I mean, how much are you looking forward to playing with him, and what do you think he can bring the Premier League?
Yeah, he's an amazing player. His goal record speaks for itself. His finishing's unbelievable, and he's played in a team that's done well as well when he's been there. So I know that he's supposed to be a nice lad, because Jude Bellingham told me a lot about him. So yeah, I think he's just going to come in. He's going to come into the league and hit off right where he finished with Dortmund, and hopefully gets a few goals early, and then he'll fly from there.
And you take the number 4 shirt, last worn by Vincent Kompany, I believe. Big boots to fill. Was there any reasoning behind number 4, or is it a specialty or anything like that?
I just think it was a shirt that was presented to me. It was a number that was presented to me, and I thought, because obviously at Leeds I had 23, which is one of my favourite numbers. I felt like, because it's a new start, I wanted a different number, and to try and build a legacy on that number, and hopefully I can.
Is that true at Leeds as well, that when Bielsa first came in, he walked on the players, put his hand on their head, and he put his hand on yours, said number 4,
yeah.
And you went, what? Is that
yeah,
right?
Because I'd scored a few goals the season before, so I thought it was more of a number 8, and came in and told me straight away that was a number 4. So
See in the future.
Yeah, it's in the future. Yeah.
And if you had to describe your qualities in 5 words, which isn't easy, putting you on the spot again, but what would you say you'll bring to this City team?
Jesus, that's hard. Hardworking, humble, determined, passionate. That 4. And then the last one, happy.
That's a good one. And Champions League football, how excited are you pitting your wits against the very best in Europe and maybe winning that trophy as well?
Yeah, I'm very excited. Obviously, it's a big step for me after only playing in the Premier League and the Euros. But seeing the way that the previous City teams have played in the Champions League and how well they've done, and last year obviously didn't quite work out in the last 30 seconds, which was heartbreaking for many Man City fans and Man City players. So hopefully we can go one further and win it this time.
And how much more do you think there is to come from you? How much more do you feel there is inside you that you can develop as an even better player?
Yeah, I think there's a lot more to come. When, like I said, when Bielsa came in, and I never thought I'd be able to improve my game as much as what I have, and Pep's one of the best managers as well in the world, so it's something different, but it's something that I believe that I did need, and I needed to excel my game even more, and I'm looking forward to doing that. And
you'll always be a Leeds legend. They love you, and it seems like they've accepted your move with really well. Your mural's still there in the city. If you were thinking about a message to the Leeds fans, what would you want to say to them?
Just to say thank you for everything. From the day I first made played my first game for Leeds, they've been amazing. They've welcomed my family into the club, obviously my gran as well. And just to keep supporting Leeds as much as possible and keep pushing them to do the very best, and I'm pretty sure they will do.
Kalvin, thanks so much. We're all thrilled that you're here, and good luck this season and for the next 4 or 5 years.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank
Cheers.
you.
Thank you.